Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Member Spotlight series. My name is Jordan, your community manager and the host, and tonight I get to interview an iTrackBites member, Stephanie, on her weight loss journey. She's lost over 100 pounds, and I just know that this live tonight is definitely going to be inspiring, so I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Alrighty. There we go. All right, let's get her on. Hello, everybody. If this is your first time joining tonight, go ahead and let us know where you're from and what plane you're on in the comments. And if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and type #replay. If you haven't already, give this video, this live a thumbs up, and go ahead and share it on your feed so more people can join. Alrighty. This was giving me trouble last week. It's Facebook. Hello, everybody. All right, let's see if I can ask her to join. Add her myself. Just a few more minutes, guys. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having
me. I hope everything's going well on your end.
It is. Good.
All righty. Can you hear me okay? See me okay?
Yeah, there's a little bit of echo. Hopefully it'll...
Should be okay. Should be okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. For those of you that don't know Stephanie, I met her a few weeks ago during Ben's online meetings that he does for us on Monday nights. So I was super excited to be able to, I've heard some of your journey just by you just talking about it in the live on the member meetings. You know, if you guys haven't heard about the member meetings, they are Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time over on Zoom, 50 people cap. But let's get into the story on who you are, Stephanie. Our listeners might not know who you are, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
My Stephanie, I'm a home care physical therapist. How much you want me to go into yet? I could give you my whole spiel of how I got to this.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start, you know, from the very first day that you started that you wanted to get your weight under control. How was everything from before that to where you are now?
Okay. Well, I'm probably like a lot of other people out there, but I've struggled with weight for most of my life, probably since before.
All right, hold on, Stephanie. We're a little hold on one second. Let me take you off and bring you back on, okay? Hold on one second. We always have trouble on Facebook, guys. All right, let's see. All right, go ahead and talk now.
Okay, hope that's better.
That is better.
Ooh, okay. So anyway, I'm kind of one of those people that struggled with their weight for much of their life. Mine is since I was even before a teenager. It's kind of genetically on one side of my family. You know, I've seen a lot of my relatives that are quite overweight, and unfortunately I was kind of following a little bit in their footsteps. So I am one of those people. I tried every single diet that I could get my hands on for most of my life, bringing me, you know, even into my adulthood. I was a yo-yoer up and down all the time, you know, emotional eater. So just always struggled, always there, always present, always a struggle every day. Kind of fast forward to 2008. I was happily married. We had just bought our house. We just had our first baby. My husband's business was going well. Life was good. I had just gone back to work about 4 weeks, starting to lose my baby weight, and my husband died very unexpectedly and very suddenly. Yeah. It was not good. So just my whole world as I knew it, my whole life as I knew it was gone, shattered. So I was, you know, just shocked, depressed, the whole 9 yards, just, you know, had to regroup my life, myself. And I kind of just think my brain just went on automatic pilot for quite a while just to kind of survive and get through and work and,
Yeah,
you know,
I can only imagine.
yeah, learn how to be a mom. Now I'm a single parent. So it was pretty hard. So I kind of unfortunately reverted to what I knew best and just kind of ate my grief and my emotions and kind of did that for a while. So fast forward to like 2011 and my son is now 3. So I'm struggling to run around, keep up with him. I remember Allie from last week. Everything hurt. I was achy. You know, I'm a single parent. I need to be around a long time, you know. So
Yeah.
I kind of, because I had tried everything else under the sun, including Weight Watchers twice and didn't do well with it in the past, I ended up having surgery. I kind of resorted to that. So in December of 2011, I actually had the lap band done. I did a good result with it. I lost anywhere from like 60 to 80 pounds, but I still wasn't healthy. My weight still yo-yoed. If it would go up, I'd have the band tightened. If it, you know, if it was too tight, I'd have it loosened. So it was still an up and down struggle. I still didn't figure myself out and what works and what's going to keep me stable and healthy.
Yeah,
That was my life for like 9 years. Up, down, up, down.
I couldn't imagine.
You don't feel well a lot. You know, I couldn't eat a lot of quantity of food. There was a lot of foods I couldn't eat. But just because I couldn't eat a lot didn't mean I was eating well. You know, there came my coffee. My coffee became my comfort foods, light and sweet coffees. Ice cream went down really easily. Chocolate melts in your mouth and goes down really easily. So just because I wasn't eating a lot of quantity of food didn't mean the quality of it was healthy. So I still wasn't healthy. So, you know, again, still struggling, still have my answers, so to speak. So last summer, 2020, I met our one and only famous Coach Ben, and started kind of listening to some of his Zoom calls and things, and I could just kind of feel my wheels spinning. And you know, I listened for a while, and by last October of 2020, in the middle of our pandemic, I had my light bulb moment, and I joined WW in mid-October, so just about a year. I'm like a week away from a year, and just something clicked this time that I deserved this. I'm worth this. I got a now, at the time, 12-year-old boy who's watching me, you know, my not the greatest habits, not feeling well a lot. You know, I still, you know, I need to be around a long time and be as healthy as I can be. So I joined WW. I just took it and ran. I worked the program really hard. I'm a type A personality. Like, I gave it 100%. That's just how I hold myself accountable. Worked the pillars hard. Worked the program hard. I had very good results. Not, you know, not perfect. Every week is not perfect by any means. Nobody is. I had my little ups and downs, but by like January, I hit my goal. By February, I hit lifetime. So I was down about like 35 pounds. And then fast forward like a month or two, I switched over to iTrackBites, lost about another 15. So right now I'm kind of holding steady at being down about 50 pounds with this. I call this leg of my journey, because it is a journey. It's a lifetime thing. And then I'm down about 112 pounds total from the morning that I went and had my surgery, which I consider sort of my day one. You know, it's like over the 10. So I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, that's great. Let's talk about real quick. Let's back it up to the light bulb moment. So this is what I always hear from members, that I have like a 50-50. There's some members that I interview that they're like, nope, I just decided it was time. It was time. And then others are like, no, I had this moment in my life that this happened, and it triggered me to wanting to be successful at it and all this stuff. What was that for you?
I have thought about that question, ironically, so many times. I can't pinpoint it to an exact event or thought. Well, I'm going to say, I'll hold thought for a moment or something, but it literally was a shift in my mindset that I deserve to be healthy. I was not healthy for so long. I didn't respect myself, you know, eating well, eating clean, you know, activity, exercise, etc., is respecting yourself. We get one body, we get one life, you know? So like it was like just a mindset shift that this was it. Like this was the time it was going to work. And by the grace of God, it has, you know, and I am like holding on to it for dear life and like not letting go, you know, every day. It's still it is a struggle. Some days are a struggle, some days are easier than others, but I am still so determined to maintain the losses weight wise that I've had, but so many other gains at the same time in other areas of my life. You know, it's changed me so much in the past year. You know, if you knew me a year ago compared to now, like some days I don't even know who I am now. I love getting to know her.
Really?
She's who I always wanted to be, and I'm getting there, you know, but I've just discovered things about myself that I didn't know were in there. I didn't know I was capable of, but I just really started to believe that I deserved this, that I was worth this, and really just to be healthier, you know. Yes, we all want to lose weight, skinny and that kind of thing, but it's really your health. You know, I feel so much better in so many ways than I did a year ago, you know.
I love that. I love that outlook that you have. And, you know, I'm glad that you, from the beginning, you know, you talked about having the lap band surgery. So a lot of people, you know, I haven't had any weight loss surgery myself, but I have been around close people, like coworkers in the past that have had something like that. And I remember, you know, always thinking, oh, it's easy. I hear people all the time, it's the easy way out, it's this and that. But it's like until you actually go through it, or you're really close to somebody that has went through it, it's hard, just like any other weight loss attempt.
It was not an easy 9 years. I don't regret it, don't get me wrong, but had I known back in 2011 that where I would be at today, you know what I mean, with WW to iTrackBites, I probably wouldn't have done it. Had I believed in myself that I could do this without surgery, I'm sure I would not have done it. I didn't believe in myself then. I still was depressed. I looked in the mirror. I didn't know who I was. I didn't recognize who I was. I mean, I was above my, you know, weight that I gave birth at even. Like, I didn't know who I was anymore. I wasn't proud of her. I didn't want to be her, you know? So that's, again, I had tried everything else without success or without lasting success and was kind of desperate, you know? So yes, it was part of my journey, but I can just say it was meant to be, it was meant to happen. And, you know, it brought me to where I am today, you know?
Yeah. No, it shows just kind of what type of person that you are. You're a fighter and you're strong. And that's the thing, is like, because obviously, you know, you get to the point where the surgery helped you along, but you still knew you had to change something. You still knew that, yes, I mean, it's putting you in a caloric deficit. That's why you lost weight, but it wasn't, you weren't fueling your body with what the needs were of your body. You know what I mean? And I think so many people don't get that.
No, I still was not healthy. I still was not, you know, taking good enough care of myself. Before I actually started WW, I actually had the band loosened a lot. So they just take saline out of it. So, you know, the whole, you know, going into your stomach.
Yeah.
So I now am eating so much more than I ever did for 9 years and dropped 50 pounds. My body was starving for 9 years because I wasn't taking in enough food or enough quality food, you know? So my body was starving. I loosened it, and I eat 3 meals a day, 2 snacks a day, track it all, have eaten, you know, this much since 2011, and again, dropped 50 pounds, and I'm holding it, you know?
That's great. You know, and it's so funny that you're saying this, because so like I'm on a couple, like, this is my second time losing weight throughout tracking and all that stuff. And if I stay true with who I am and carb conscious is the plan for me, it works. And I feel like I honestly don't get it. And I think it's psychologic. I don't get how when you truly are tracking and you're entering it in your phone, in your tablet, whatever you have, you feel like you're eating so much more than what you were before you were tracking. Like when, I went through a period of time where I didn't track at all. And now I feel, oh my gosh, like I feel like I eat so much more, but it's just because I actually think about what I want, what I'm doing.
And I'm sure you're making better choices. When I eat healthier, my body craves healthier food. When I'm in the zone, I crave salads like nobody's business. Like your body will tell you what it needs. It doesn't,
Yeah.
It doesn't need the crap, It's great once in a while, whatever. But like to fuel your body, it doesn't need that. Listen to your body; it will tell you what it needs, and it will. For me, it will crave healthier food. I do not, for the most part, crave the crap I used to sustain myself on every day.
Oh, I know, totally. So, Stephanie, let's go into something else that you found that you love and enjoy, which is running. A lot of people haven't heard this yet. I've heard it. Why don't you talk about your journey into that?
All right. So this is as surprising to me. I'm still like kind of shocked at, again, where I'm at. And I don't mean to come across whatever snooty or something. Like I am so grateful and I am so proud. I have pride now in myself. I found pride. I'm learning to love myself and that I deserve love. And I, about around March, actually, before I did the running, I actually hired a personal trainer for me. I'm a physical therapist. Like I should know what I'm doing, right? But like the shoemaker's kids, whatever has like the workshoes. So like I've always been a walker. So like I would be out every morning walking an hour or whatever for like the past year and a half before I did WW and iTrack. But I decided, you know what? I'm worth it. I hired a trainer back in March and I just said to her, forget who I am, pretend I don't know anything, kick my butt. And God bless her, she does. So like I found muscles that I always thought were in there somewhere, but she really helped me, kind of step it up a notch and kind of tone up, from a lot of the weight that I had lost. So in conversation with her, I had said to her, I've always wanted to run. I've tried it a couple times and I'd pull a hamstring or this or that or whatever, and I'd quit. I can't do it. She looked at me and she's like, are you crazy? She's like, you can. And it was just that little bit of belief in me from somebody else. Like, I like the expression, if you don't have belief in yourself, borrow it from somebody else. So like I borrowed her belief in me. And the next morning I said to myself, I'm going to run a block, walk a block, run a block, walk a block. Boom, exactly what I did. I was like, damn, I can do this. So that was only this past August. So I went from like one block to running every other day. This past Sunday, I ran 7.3 miles consecutively, no stopping. I've done 2 5Ks. I've signed up for an 8K and a 10K. So like I am just as excited for me. Like people that know me that don't believe it, it's like I'm still in shock too. Like I didn't know this was in there. It was something I always wanted to be able to do, but I just didn't have belief in myself that I could do it.
Yeah.
And I'm now learning that I can. Like there's stuff inside of us that desires and things and dreams and like whatever, but like go for it. Try. What do you what do you have to lose? If I couldn't run, I'll just run. But like, oh my God, like I'm excited, I'm thrilled, I'm happy. So so added that to my repertoire.
I love that. Love it so much. So you found your way in the kitchen, but then you've also found your way running the streets. You know what I mean? Hitting that pavement. I love it. Love it so much. Just inspiring to know that new things happened throughout your weight loss journey. Things that you didn't think were possible are now possible. Things you didn't think that you'd ever be able to do, you're now doing. And for goodness sakes, you did it during a pandemic. Like that's not known, or it's very slim to none.
Yeah. I don't know. It was my time. It was my time. For whatever reason, this time was my time. This is the best I have ever felt in my 49 years, ever. You know, I am so grateful. Like I'm just a regular girl, nothing special about me, but I just finally found what works for me. And, you know, I just finally believed in myself, or started to believe in myself, and started to realize, you know, we are all worth this journey. We are all worth being healthy and loving ourselves and treating ourselves with respect. You know, that's a big part of it. And it's an everyday thing. It's an every meal thing. It's an every snack thing, you know, but it's become my lifestyle. I'm not in the diet mentality anymore, which I know I was even last fall when I started Weight Watchers. In retrospect, I was on a diet. You know, I dieted my whole lifetime. Now that I'm in like this maintenance mode, there's a lot to learn to maintain your weight. We've actually been discussing calls. It is not linear. It's an up and a down. It's an up and a down. But when you go up, you know what to do. Tweak it down or tweak it. You know what I mean? You know what to do. You have tools in your tool belt and skills, and you've done this before, and you can do it. So like that's where I'm at. It's still a little bit of tweaking up and down, but I got it. And I'm not letting
I love it.
You know?
I love it. I love also that I get to interview, like, people ask me all the time. They're like, oh my gosh, you must love your job with iTrackBites. And honest to God, I do. And the one thing I always tell people, like, and I've told Ben this 50 million times, like, the fact that I get to, like, inspire people, but then people for me all the time is the best thing ever. And being able to interview people every week, but seeing them succeed on all of our plans, not just the one plan, not just counting calories. It's all, I have interviewed every single person that has done every single plan, and they are succeeding, and they are so happy, so full of life, so healthy. Love it. That's like my best thing. I get so much good vibes and energy from everybody. It's amazing. Excellent. So real quick, Stephanie, because we only have about another 8 minutes left. Real quick before I ask you my last two questions, why don't you kind of give insight of what a day in your life looks like as far as eating goes on your plan?
Well, I'm, like I said, I'm a physical therapist. I do home care, so I'm on the road. Before WW and iTrack, I would wing it. I would never pre-plan, pre-pack, no nothing. I would just grab and go. Not healthy, you know. Anyway, now from literally day one, last October, I pack my breakfast, pack my lunch, pack 2 snacks. They're right on my counter. I can pre-track right there. So I have my day pre-tracked, pack them. So, you know, I can eat everything on the go. I do not stop anymore in my travels and pick up something unhealthy, which was, you know, whatever, cookies, candies, chips, something just to munch on. You know, I didn't fast food, but like just munchy kind of stuff. Not good, you know, beforehand. So, you know, so my breakfast, lunch, and everything is pre-planned, packed, tracked. And then dinners, I started, you know, doing a lot of meal prepping, meal planning on Sundays, cooking as much as I can beforehand. My son and I, we each pick a couple of dinners that we're going to have, so I know. So it takes the guesswork out of, you know, what am I going to cook tonight? Yeah. So I can't even beforehand on a Sunday. If it's not till a Wednesday or Thursday night dinner, I'll freeze it for a day or two, you know, to keep it fresh. But I don't guess anymore. It's very intentional. It's very pre-planned. It's very purposeful. So, you know, it's definitely working for me. I think, you know, we get into trouble when we don't plan, you know, and we, you know, we're starving, you know, when you don't go to the grocery store on an empty stomach, you know. I don't want to start my day without a plan, you know.
No, yeah. I see so many people right now, like Whitney, one of our ambassadors. She just posted today or yesterday on her Instagram that she wholeheartedly believes that because she does a protein shake with her coffee every morning, a protein coffee, that keeps her on track for the rest of the day. Like just knowing, and I have found myself for the last 3 weeks, just knowing that every morning I start with a 4-bite coffee that keeps me full until lunch. You know, I'm on the road to get here to the office and all this stuff. Like, it's great to know that I look forward to that every single day, but yet it keeps me on track for the rest of the day because I know that, bam, this is in my tracker already. You know, the night before I pick my lunch and like, here we go.
Yep. You have to figure out what works for you that you can repeat and, make it part of your routine and habit and lifestyle. And we're all different. Everybody's journeys are different. Not the same two things are not going to work for everybody, but, like these meetings are great. Coach Ben's meetings are great. Community is great. Just read, look, listen, ask. There's so many options and ideas and things that people can try something. What do you have to lose,
Yeah.
But find
Yeah.
what works best for you for your success.
Awesome. Love it. So 2 questions I always ask my members every single time before I get off. Number 1, where you're at right now, what is something you wish when you first started that you know now? What is something that you wish that you knew now, but you're like, man, I wish I knew this and like even way before?
Oh my gosh, that I could do this, that I could succeed finally, that, again, like I've said it before, that I'm worth this, that I'm worth being healthy and taking good care of myself. We all deserve this. We all deserve to live our best lives and be our best selves. So I would just, if I knew that I would, finally succeed after my 50,000th try with something, I would be thrilled.
Yeah.
And it is.
Love it.
It is so possible. I promise. If you don't believe in yourself, take some of my belief. I'll give it to anybody. It is.
Love it. Yes. Take it and run.
Yeah.
The last question that I have for you is, I always say this, that there's so many people that watch this live. There's so many people that watch on the replay. I mean, y'all, we're reaching like 2,000 to 3,000 people a week on our podcast. Like, we are growing so much from when I started it at the beginning of the year. It's amazing. But there's going to be that person that is listening to this episode with you, Stephanie, that is like, man, I just need to start. I want to start. What do you want to tell that person to get them started?
I sound like Nike. Just do it. Just try it. I promise you it is possible. I promise you can do it. We all can do it. There's such a community of wonderful, supportive people here that have been through so much and have been in exactly where you are right now that have succeeded. And I promise you it's possible. Just try. Join it. You'll learn so much about yourself in this journey. You can develop so many more wonderful, healthy habits to become part of you and your day and your routine. But you'll regret it if you don't. You're going to be bright, kind of stay where you're at, or maybe, worse, go higher, whatever. So just try it. I promise you it's worth it.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for joining me tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Inspiring as always. I'm so glad that I was able to actually meet you even beforehand with Coach Ben. It's amazing how our paths have crossed, and I'm super thankful to call you friend. Thank you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
All right. You take care, and I'll see you next time, okay?
Sounds good. See you soon.
Bye, Stephanie.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That was another episode of the Member Spotlight series with Stephanie. Y'all, that was inspiring. I hope that it inspired you as much as it did for me. If you guys didn't know and don't know, we do this every single Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you do not know, I'll shamelessly plug it in right now. Our iTrackBites Coach Ben does a member-only meeting Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time over on Zoom. You may be asking, how do I get onto that live meeting? It is maxed at 50 people. And we post the Eventbrite link in the community. So every single Friday afternoon, we post that link in the community. And the first 50 people that grab a ticket get to that meeting on Monday. I'll catch you guys next week, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.